Welcome to the Eat Better, Move Better, Live Better podcast presented by Flourish with Tracy, where we'll dive into the realms of holistic wellness, plant-based nutrition, yoga, and self-care to help you live your best life. Tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern for our special segments. Meditation Monday. Start your week with mindfulness. Wellness Wednesdays. Get the midweek boost you need. Sadhana Saturdays. Dedicate weekends to personal growth. Join us as we explore and discuss all things to eat better, move better, and live better. Welcome back for the final conversation in our three-part series, The Power of Noticing, and why you don't have to immediately change everything the moment you notice it. In part one, we began by exploring the importance of simply noticing. Part two discussed the power of pausing to create space between reacting and response by observing with curiosity instead of criticism or judgment. We talked about how awareness is the foundation of growth, how curiosity is more productive than criticism, and how noticing creates space between our experiences and our responses. As we conclude, I'd like to shift from understanding this concept intellectually to considering what it looks like in everyday life to live with awareness. So we begin our final conversation in this series today by bringing everything together, by exploring how meaningful transformation happens, how to use the power of noticing to incorporate sustainable change, to grow one choice at a time. That awareness isn't something we practice only during meditation or while attending a wellness presentation. It's something we practice while living. It's wellness built into ordinary moments. When we think about improving our well-being, we often imagine dramatic shifts or changes, starting a new exercise routine or changing how we eat. These are worthwhile pursuits. But wellness is rarely built through one extraordinary decision. It's built through several ordinary moments. The moment you notice that you're holding your breath, the moment you notice you're speaking harshly to yourself, the moment you realize that you're just tired instead of lazy. These moments may seem small, yet they become the foundation upon which lasting wellness is built. Noticing is ongoing. I'd like to offer another way of thinking about awareness. Imagine your inner life as a close friend. This friendship isn't built because one person constantly gives advice. It's built because both people listen. It's reciprocal. So what if your relationship with yourself worked in the same way? Rather than constantly telling yourself what to do, what if you became someone who listened to you? Every day your body is speaking, communicating. Your emotions, your thoughts, your energy levels, they're all sending you information. The question is whether or not you're listening. And when you listen, are you hearing what your body is communicating without judgment? One of the greatest barriers to our awareness is our own self-judgment. Think about what happens when someone shares something vulnerable with you. If you interrupt them, correct them, dismiss them, or criticize them, eventually they will stop talking and sharing. Well, the same thing happens to us internally. If every uncomfortable emotion is immediately criticized, eventually we will stop listening to ourselves. But if we respond with curiosity, our inner experience begins to feel safe enough to be heard. I'd like you to think about someone in your life who makes you feel heard. It could be a friend, a parent, a partner, a mentor, or even a therapist. It's someone who doesn't immediately try to solve your problems. It's someone who simply listens. How does it feel to be with that person? Most people say they feel calmer. They feel accepted, understood, safe. Now imagine becoming that kind of listener for yourself. So I'd like to invite you to practice. Please sit comfortably in your chair. And if you wish, you may gently close your eyes. Take a slow breath in and gently breathe it out. Again, breathe in and out. Take a third breath in and out. And allow your breath to return to its own natural rhythm, cadence, and pace. For the next few moments, your only task is to notice. Notice the feeling of your feet on the surface beneath you. Notice the support that is holding you, whether it's a chair, floor, bed. Notice your hands resting comfortably. Notice the temperature of the room. Notice the sounds around you. Perhaps you hear a hum of ventilation, traffic, or voices in the distance. Notice the quiet rhythm of the room. Allow each sound to come and go without needing to identify it. Now gently notice your breathing without changing it. Simply observe. Notice the inhale, the pause. Notice the exhale. Notice where you feel your breath most clearly. Perhaps in your chest, your abdomen, or your nostrils. No correct answer. Simply notice. Now bring your attention to your body without any judgment. Slowly scan down from the top of your head through your forehead, eyes, jaw. If you notice any tension, you do not have to do anything to make it disappear. Simply acknowledge. I notice tension. As you continue to breathe, move down through your neck, shoulders, arms, chest, your back, abdomen, hips, legs, and feet. Notice. Notice your thoughts. Allow them to float by. Notice that some move by quickly, some linger, some return. No need to chase them. No need to stop them. Notice. Notice the thoughts. I notice I'm planning. I notice I'm remembering. I notice I'm imagining. Just notice. They're not good or bad. They're just thoughts. Now notice your emotions. Notice whatever is present right now. Perhaps calm or joy. Perhaps uncertainty, sadness or gratitude. Or perhaps nothing in particular. Just allow each emotion to exist without asking it to leave. Silently say to yourself, I notice this feeling. I don't have to fix it now. I can simply acknowledge it. Take a slow breath in and notice that you are breathing. Notice that you're present. Notice that awareness is steady. Your thoughts may change. Emotions may change. Your circumstances will surely change. But awareness remains. Quietly. Witnessing. With openness. Take another breath in. And slowly exhale. Gently open your eyes. Take a final breath in and out. Wiggling your fingers and your toes and bring your attention to the space where you currently are in this room. I hope you'll notice something about that exercise. We just spent a few moments simply observing. We didn't fix anything. We didn't analyze. We didn't judge. You notice many usually feel calmer. Why? Because awareness settles within our nervous system. When we stop fighting every thought and every emotion, we use less energy. We create less internal resistance. And we become more available to being present in the present moment. Sometimes peace isn't something we create. Sometimes peace is something that we uncover when we stop arguing with what we're experiencing. So I'd like to offer you this reflection. Imagine standing beside a quiet lake, and you notice how still and peaceful the water is. You realize the water is still because nothing is disturbing its surface. The water did not force itself to become calm. Now imagine your awareness can be just like this lake. The moment you stop constantly judging, fixing, resisting, or criticizing, you begin to see yourself more clearly. Not perfectly, not completely, but honestly. Honest awareness is one of the greatest gifts we can offer ourselves. And that one small gift can shift and transform criticism into curiosity, pressure into patience, and self-improvement into self-understanding and self-care. I'd like to leave you with one simple challenge for the upcoming week. I'd like you to challenge yourself to notice before you navigate. Pausing for just one moment and asking yourself, what am I noticing? As you reflect, you may journal to record your thoughts or what showed up for you. You can be more specific in your inquiry if you wish, with examples such as, what am I noticing in my body? What am I noticing in my thoughts? What am I noticing in my emotions? What do I need most right now? If you notice, the questions do not ask, what should I do? Instead, they simply guide you to notice, what do I need? Listen and receive the answer. It will come to you from within. And notice that this answer will not be from any external source. Trust yourself. The answer may surprise you, but you will know the answer will be just right. Sometimes it may be movement. Sometimes the answer may show up as water or a deep breath or a conversation or rest. And sometimes the answer is nothing at all except acknowledgement of your experience. Whatever the answer is, pause, breathe, and know that it is enough, and it is exactly what you need at that time. As we prepare to close, here are 5 thoughts to carry with you. First, awareness is not weakness, it is wisdom. Second, noticing does not mean something is wrong. It means you are paying attention. Third, you don't have to earn rest, compassion, or understanding by fixing yourself first. You deserve those things simply because you are human. Fourth, growth that begins with curiosity tends to last longer than growth driven by criticism. When we understand ourselves, we make wiser, more sustainable choices. And finally, embrace the realization that you are not expected to become a different person overnight. You are simply invited to know yourself a little better today than you did yesterday. The goal of this series is to encourage you to approach wellness differently, not as a race towards becoming someone else, but instead a lifelong practice to incorporate understanding, accepting, and caring for the person you already are, so that you can increase your self-awareness without self-judgment, so that you can recognize the difference between reacting and responding, so that you can develop greater emotional resilience, so that you can reduce the pressure to fix everything and fix yourself immediately, so that you can build sustainable habits through mindful, intentional choices, and so that you can cultivate a greater patience, compassion, and curiosity towards yourself and towards others. Thank you for taking time to be here today. Thank you for your openness and your willingness to reflect and your commitment to your well-being. Thank you. Take good care of yourself. May you be graced with the power of noticing. Thanks for tuning in. I hope today's insights help you on a personal journey towards a healthier, happier life. Don't forget to join every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern for more self-care and holistic wellness tips. Before you go, make sure to comment, click the bell, like, and subscribe buttons for upcoming episode notifications. Be sure to always consult a medical professional before making any major changes regarding your health, diet, or routine. In the meanwhile, stay motivated, stay inspired, and remember, every step you take is one step closer to a better you. Until next time, keep flourishing, and as always, may all be well.